it's Julia here again, and today I'm doing the next part of our TOK mini-series and addressing the question, how do I actually get started with my TOK essay? We'll be talking about this in 4 kind of main tips. And the first tip I want to give you is how to actually choose the TOK essay question which suits you the best. Now, the TOK questions overall can seem a little bit tricky, but actually, I think the IB really helps you out here. For each examination session, the IB provides you with 6 questions, and you have to choose one which you write your essay on. How you then choose the right question, I think, is by having those 6 questions in front of you on a piece of paper. And you read them out loud to yourself, so you get kind of a sense of what each question involves. Usually at that point you'll feel like 3 of these questions absolutely make no sense to me whatsoever. Just put a line through them, strike over them, don't look at them ever again. Then you'll have 3 questions left to choose from. Between these questions, start kind of giving yourselves maybe 5 minutes per question and think like, okay, if I did choose this question as my essay, what would I actually maybe write about? What are some kind of simple arguments that come to mind right away? Out of those 3, choose the one which you think flows best, which you come up with most ideas for, most claims and counterclaims. Obviously, this might mean that you choose a question which isn't the same as your best friend, or anyone else in your class for that matter. But it doesn't have to be. You need to choose the TOK essay question which feels most natural to you, and that you feel you can produce the best essay with. Tip number 2. Now that you've chosen your TOK essay question, grab a piece of paper or a poster and write that question at the top of the paper. Then, write any idea which comes to you. Anything which you start thinking about in terms when you hear the question, or any real life example you want to bring in. At this point, it's really important to remember that in TOK there's no right or wrong. So any idea which you think might be relevant is worth jotting down on that piece of paper. When we start our brainstorming process for essays, usually not all our ideas are right. But that's okay, because you're still in the planning stage. You're trying to get kind of your ideas flowing and the context flowing. So don't dismiss an idea right off because you think it's stupid. Just make sure you get all your ideas on one paper, and then you can go through and decide which ones suit your question and which ones don't. My third tip is, now that you've made this great piece of paper and poster with all your crazy ideas, then sit down and think about how they relate back to TOK, specifically in terms of the TOK terminology and what the IB wants you to get out of TOK, specifically in terms of ways of knowing and areas of knowledge. Now, this might seem like quite a futile or pointless process. Why am I first thinking of ideas and then automatically having to do this extra step where I relate them to ways of knowing and areas of knowledge? Well, actually it is to benefit you once you start writing your essay. So you know that you're kind of addressing all the main points, and you're also getting the terminology across. Doing this kind of initial process where you kind of connect your ideas to ways of knowing and areas of knowledge will really help you kind of create a structure, but also make sure that you're addressing all the key points that the IB wants you to go through. My 4th tip with regards to TOK is actually that you take this great piece of paper which you've done all your ideas and all the planning with regards to ways of knowing and areas of knowledge, and actually start making your rough draft. As with any essay, it's important that at this rough draft process, you don't miss any steps. So actually having an introduction, pinpointing your arguments, making sure you have multiple of them, and actually making a conclusion and a bibliography that's relevant. If you do all these stages properly already at the rough draft process, you'll have a much easier time when you go back and finalize it. And with regards to this, with TOK, I really think it's one of the assignments in the IB which benefits from kind of having a moment to rest a little bit. And what I mean by that is that you don't have to do it all right away. You can do it in chunks and come back to it. So maybe the first kind of day you write your introduction. Then you kind of leave it for 48 hours, 72 hours. Then you come back to it, reread your introduction, maybe edit it a little bit, and then write your kind of first argument. This will allow your essay some breathing space, but also you some breathing space. So you can really think about if your ideas are relevant and how you want to word them. So actually taking time to make that rough draft and then going back and editing will really benefit you in terms of the quality of your ideas, but also the quality of your communication and how you communicate with your examiner. Okay guys, that's everything for now. I hope you've liked this video about how to get started with your TOK essay. If you're looking for more inspirational study tips or actually subject-specific content, make sure to check out all the videos we have available in our online library. We're updating it every week, so there's lots of content for you guys. I'll be back soon with lots more tips and tricks for how to ace your IB. Till then, see you later. Bye!